Hello dear students, welcome back to my channel I Love Pharmacology. In today's session, let us learn about the enzyme inhibition. So let us start with the enzyme inhibition, which is very important topic under pharmacology. So under enzyme inhibition, we have got three types of enzyme inhibition. Those are competitive type of enzyme inhibition, and second one is the non-competitive type of enzyme inhibition, and the third type is the uncompetitive type of enzyme inhibition. So these enzyme inhibition can be studied under four headings, that is, what is the enzyme inhibitor affinity towards the enzyme as well as the enzyme substrate complex, and also we're going to see under the what is the effect of each type of inhibition with respect to the Km, the rate limiting constant, that is Michaelis-Menten rate limiting constant, and the maximum velocity of the enzyme inhibition, and with the examples for each of this enzyme inhibition. So under competitive type of enzyme inhibition, so when we talk about competitive type of inhibition, so there's a competition between the competitive inhibitor as well as the substrate which is present. So here competitive inhibitors will bind effectively to enzymes only. Please remember, it binds effectively to enzymes only, which has got higher affinity towards the enzymes. So when the competitive inhibitor binds to the enzymes, that means to say you need to work harder. In this competitive world, whenever you fall into competition, you need to increase your speed. So that means Km, you can remember it as, in competitive world you need to increase your speed. The Km increases, whereas the Vmax, the velocity of the enzyme to produce the reaction, there won't be any change in that Vmax. The example is physostigmine as well as the neostigmine. So the physostigmine and neostigmine are the anticholine esterases. So moving on to the non-competitive inhibition. In non-competitive type of inhibition, this non-competitive inhibitors will binds to both the enzyme as well as the enzyme substrate complex. So remember, in competitive only it was binding to the enzymes, whereas in non-competitive it binds both to enzymes as well as the enzyme substrate complex, and there won't be any change in the Km value, but the Vmax decreases. Vmax decreases. Example for non-competitive inhibition is the cyanide. So moving on to the uncompetitive type of enzyme inhibition. Here the uncompetitive inhibitors will bind only to the enzyme substrate complex. And what about the Km and Vmax? Both Km and Vmax will decrease with respect to uncompetitive type of inhibition. The example is lithium. If you find this video useful, please do subscribe to my channel I Love Pharmacology, and do not forget to share and subscribe. Thank you.